Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
Cait McAllister.
Alrighty. So I'm going to do an interview about your sister.
Okay.
So first things first, what is your sister's name?
Her name's Erin.
How old is she?
She's 18 years old.
And what is the intellectual disability your sister has?
She has Asperger's.
What is your sister interested in?
She's really into art and drawing and graphic design.
Is she employed?
No.
Has she ever been employed?
No, she has not.
Are there any assistive technology devices that your sister uses to help her with her disability?
No.
Does your sister have a teacher aide in school?
Yes, she does.
And how long does she stay with her throughout the day, or?
She doesn't stay with her throughout the day. She only stays with her in certain classes. Like English classes she really needs help with.
Gotcha. What are the best classes?
She's good at math and she's good at art. Those are the classes she's best in.
Did your parents ever make an IEP with the school?
Yes.
Do you know anything? Do you know who's part of the team?
I do not know who's part of the team in high school. I only knew when she was in elementary school and middle school.
And who was part of the team in elementary and middle school?
Tom Bossum.
And who was that?
He was actually my uncle, and he also worked for the school district.
Okay. Does she have anything where she speech therapists or?
Yeah, she has several
different
therapists to help her with different things. She has one for social interaction. She has tutors just for like basic school stuff. And then she has an art therapist also.
Okay. And is this something that the school provides you with, or that's something that your parents?
No, it's something that my parents do.
Okay. Did your sister have any alternative assessment plans that she has to complete?
I do not believe so.
Does she attend more general education classes or classes in a resource room?
She attends more general education classes. It was suggested that she spends more time in a resource room, but my mom is really pushing for her to try to get her into more general classes.
So is she, right as of now, is she in more general?
Yeah, right as of now she is.
Okay. And do you know what she does, what classes she takes in resource rooms?
Pretty sure it's just like English and reading classes.
English and reading. Does your sister have any plans for transition services, or does she even need them?
What do you mean by transition services?
Like as far as transitioning into like workforce, higher education.
She is going to college, and she does have a specific plan at Damon College she just got accepted at, and that school specifically has a program for kids with Asperger's, so she is going to be joining that part of the program to help her move into college life.
And does she have a major that she's selected?
Graphic design.
And what struggles have you had having a sister with an intellectual disability?
Mostly it's the social interactions that are really difficult. For the longest time, she wouldn't even speak to you or make eye contact with you. And now it's certain social things that she thinks are acceptable aren't really acceptable. So it's trying to teach her at home what is acceptable and what's not acceptable, so that when she goes to school, she doesn't interact with people the wrong way and not even realize it.
What are do you have any examples as far as?
Certain little things like taking stuff without asking. Like in her head it's borrowing even though she didn't ask, but in reality it's not right. She has some anger issues where like she gets really upset or angry about something and she overreacts about it, doesn't know when to stop. So those are mainly the things that she struggles with.
And how has it been for your parents?
It's been difficult for them up until recently. It's starting to get better now that she has several people that work with her, but for the longest time it was really difficult because no one even had diagnosed her. When she was a kid, she was just diagnosed with multiple disabilities, and no one really knew. And it wasn't until recently, when my parents took her when she was like 16 to get a second opinion, that they realized that it was like Asperger's and it was a mild form of autism. So now that they know what it is and they're doing the correct things to help it, it's been a lot easier for them. It still is really stressful, particularly on my mom, because she's the one who's home the most and she's the one that deals with the school stuff the most. So it's pretty stressful for her when she hears about Erin getting involved in stuff in school that's not good, or like getting in trouble in class and stuff like that. It's really stressful for my mom trying to deal with it.
How are her friendships? Does she, I know you said she has issues with social interaction, so does she have any friends? Or?
She has a few, like maybe two. She doesn't make a lot of effort to see them, so that's what we're trying to push for right now, is having her try to be the one to like initiate like calling her friends or talking to her friends. her one therapist actually recommended that she made a Facebook page and tries to interact with people through that, since it's easier for her to interact behind a computer.
Mm-hmm.
And like texting through a phone, just little steps to try to get her.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really difficult for her to make friends and keep friends. It's the keeping friends part that's extremely difficult for her. She doesn't get very close to people.
Does she interact with or kids that have the same ability as she does, or?
Yeah, she does actually have, one of her friends actually has a very similar disability, and then she has another friend who is dyslexic.
Okay.
So both of them are very similar to her.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. Well, I can't think of any other questions as of now. Is there anything else that you would want to share?
No, I think you covered everything.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.